All right, hi there. Welcome to Summer Creek Couch Potatoes.
Where we review movies and TV shows.
But basically what we do is we go over story, cinematography, writing, and the acting. And then we talk about like our opinions, whether they're good or bad. And yeah, so the first movie that we're going to go over is The Eternals, right?
Yes, The Eternals. They came out not too long ago on Disney+.
Oh, yeah?
And I was supposed to watch it with my family. Did not know that was supposed to be a thing, so I watched it in the dead of night.
Wait, so in the what?
Dead of night.
Did it night?
Don't! Hey! You stop that.
Okay, anyways.
So, we're just going to give it a quick, like, overall view
of the story.
Even if you've seen it before, it's good, a nice refresher.
But basically, there's these people called the Eternals, and they're like gods, basically. And
they came to Earth. They tried to kill all the deviants. They realized they awakened new powers. They realized that they don't know each other anymore because they separated after like what?
After like 5,000 years?
Yeah, they all separated. And so now they're going to get back together.
Time, there's deviants that come and they have to reunite.
And their leader died.
Ajax, who we have opinions about.
And then in the end, because long story short, all they did was fight in the middle. We find out, Icarus, bad guy, because he's messed up in the head.
And turns out deviants don't really even matter.
Deviants literally have, besides, like,
also, they're robots.
I also have thoughts about that, too. I was talking to Jamarcus about it. I'm sorry, he just stared at me.
Shout out to Jamarcus, our man in the back. And Tristan.
Okay.
Anyways, okay, so now we're gonna go on to cinematography.
We didn't even talk why they were bad.
Why? Who was bad?
Why Icarus was bad.
I don't care.
Well, you wanted to talk about the whole story.
Okay, so Icarus was bad because, oh yeah, we did. Because
there's a seed in the planet that was supposed to be a celestial, and the celestials are supposed to like give birth to like thousands of galaxies, and then Cersei's like, but I like Earth, and then Icarus is like, but it needs to die to create more worlds, and she's like, anyway, and so cinematography. Okay, I've got to say this movie was absolutely freaking beautiful. Okay, like the best looking Marvel movie there is. But I don't know, this movie was really fluid and smooth, and it was like beautiful, and the CGI was actually really great. I don't know. I don't know, the CGI, it was good. There was some parts where I did felt a little dizzy, which was especially when they were fighting when they're in South America.
Brazil.
I didn't know where, so I just knew it was in South America, and I was just I don't remember where. Yeah.
I don't know. I disagree. I felt like that was really well done.
There was a certain spots like where she got thrown into the house, or no, the deviant got thrown into the house. Somebody got thrown into a house, and they're in there, and like the way the camera like moved there, it kind of like made me weird. It made me dizzy because sometimes it was like in the perspective of something different. And that's when you I kind of lose it, but it was still good. I'm not trying to deny it. Like the cinematography was great.
Yeah, no. And I don't know, like the shots were very diverse, especially with their locations and all that.
Yeah.
And like the color grading, and like they had the whole circle motif with like their outfits and like the things that they could make with their minds, I guess.
Okay, but here's my thing. Ready? Unpopular opinion. I don't know if it's popular or unpopular. I don't think the beginning of the movie should have started where it started.
I don't think that's an unpopular opinion.
Do you believe that too?
I agree.
I feel like, okay, here's what I think, how it started. I feel like it should have opened with Cersei in London. Because yes, we know they're Eternals, but we don't know what it means. Marvel has never done a rolling beginning where it has like words in it. That's something
Yeah, that was really weird.
It's something
it felt
new.
Like they were just trying to be Star Wars.
Like then everything in that beginning rolling scene, Cersei just repeated when she was talking to Dane, so it canceled out. It was unimportant. The only thing was the last sentence saying that like how they now lost faith in their leader, and that you could have figured that out as the story moved on.
And anyways, like all of that stuff was refuted later in the story. Anyways, like it was all a lie. Like
so like I feel like that was like a little like
okay. And then especially at the beginning when they were fighting, I felt like they could have just taken that out. And that fight when they fought in like Babylon, just emphasized more on their abilities and character and like their characters because
I feel like it should have came later because I watched it a second time and I enjoyed it a lot better the second time
because you pick up on stuff
and because I've already gotten to know the characters, and so I felt like they should have spent more time setting up these characters and then flashing back.
Yes,
because there were like during the scene in Babylon there was like I think it was Kingo. I don't know, like he would say some stuff during some of the flashbacks and I was just like, I know that's supposed to be funny, but he's not set up to be funny at all yet. Like, I know he is from the trailers. It just didn't, like, make sense to me.
Yeah, that's fair. But, especially, I feel like, setting up the characters in the beginning where they started in London, like, meeting Cersei and Sprite, I would feel like it probably would have gave them more mystery. Oops, I hit the mic. It probably gave them more, like, mystery, like, you're trying to, like, learn the characters. And I just felt like they were telling us.
Yeah.
These are who these characters are. This is what they can do, and this is like they weren't, and they were trying to tell us, but I don't think the message conveyed, and it kind of lost the beginning. Like the first 15 minutes, I was like,
it was just the pacing was off, and it probably should have been structured. Like honestly, if you just took the movie as it is now and cut it up, it would probably be like a lot better.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
But that was my thought on it. I feel like it would have been better.
So should we move on to writing or?
Yeah.
So. My first thoughts on the writing was just, well, I guess we touched on this earlier. It's just like the pacing and how it was structured. That was a little weird, but also there were certain dialogue scenes where it was just a little funky. Oh, only in the beginning though.
This is the worst dialogue I ever heard in my life. It's beautiful, isn't it? I'm Icarus. I'm Cersei. What the heck? Like what?
Yeah, no, that was great.
They could have added it later, right? When we were really defining what happened the last 10,000 years that they, were together or whatever, known each other. But having that in the beginning, I was like, what?
Yeah.
What kind of conversation?
And my only like real problem with the writing is when Sprite became human. She turned human. That came out of nowhere because I knew I feel like it wasn't emphasized enough that Cersei could transfigure, or like I feel like it wasn't emphasized enough that she could make living beings into other things. Like I know they had that big scene in the rainforest, but it was just like I was kind of lost there.
What did she do? I don't know what she did. Apparently, as Droog says, she made him into a tree. I don't know what she did.
Anyways, no. Do you have anything else to say? Oh yeah, no. Sprite being human, that was just bullcrap.
But yeah, for sure. Okay, what's next?
Oh, I wanted to talk about the good things. So Icarus betraying everyone. I felt like that was pretty. Like I felt like that was done well.
Okay.
Like I know it might have been predictable, but like you have opinions about this, don't you?
I don't know. This movie was, to me, it was so predictable. Like nothing. The only thing that surprised me was how large the Celestial was. When it came out of the water, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I don't feel like predictability is. It wasn't in your face about it though.
I knew. Okay, I did not know the story about the Eternals beforehand, but I knew Icarus was gonna betray them the minute he walked out of the store after hitting the Deviant. I think it was the way they said.
When he first showed up.
Yeah, when he first showed up after 7,000 years. But I don't know, just the way he came out and the way it was shot cinematically, like the way it was shot, is like, ooh, this is the pilot that she was talking about. But also I was like, I don't like you. Something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. I knew he was going to fly into the sun.
Because as soon as they mentioned that, he was like, oh,
the boy who
Sprite,
flew,
yeah. Sprite made up that story like a million years ago or some bullcrap, you know?
I was like, thanks, Marvel. Gee, thanks for telling me the ending.
Okay. Should we move on to acting?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just so disappointed. Okay, so I thought, to be honest, I don't blame the actors at all. there were some problems with their acting. Like, I would specifically want to say Icarus and Ajak. I just felt like at certain parts of the movie, their performances fell flat, and I think that was meant to be on like purposely, because they're robots, right? So they're supposed to like kind of emulate that. Oh, I'm a robot. But like, I think going back to the writing, I think if it was written more towards that aspect, it would have flowed better.
This is a little off topic. I mean, it's on topic, but I don't think they're robots. I mean, they do say they're kind of robots, but I was saying this to Jamarcus. I hit my mic again. I was saying this to Jamarcus, and I was like, yes, they're robots, but it wouldn't make sense if they were like machines to like be able to change things without something of their body being removed or replenished. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I know in the comics they're like just genetically produced, so they're technically alive, but they're not like natural.
I was like, are they carbon based? I said that because I'm like, if Cersei has the like ability to change matter, I did it again. I need to stop.
But also you have to take into account this is a fictional universe.
And what do you want? Let me think literally. I want to know if this is possible.
No, it's not. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, you just gotta make sure everything makes sense-ish.
No, but no, because like, okay, so let's talk about some of the good things. So the scene where Icarus finds Cersei like after she gets the golden orb in her throat. It's so weird. This movie's so weird. I mean, like, what? And like what's it called? And she talks to the Celestial, and he's like, "You talk to a Celestial?" I felt like that was really good. Like, that really showed that he was like sort of jealous. And see, like, all these people can act. They're good, okay? But like, it's just the way that it's written, which is like it doesn't flow sort of right.
Yes. 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 Yes.
That's all I have, really.
No, for sure. I feel like sometimes I was watching them interact, I was like, I don't think this is how people would exactly like conversate.
I disagree. I mean,
like in some spots, not all of them, but
it's just like I feel like the director and the writers didn't know exactly what
they didn't meet. They didn't, they didn't discuss. Because like it felt like I could definitely tell that the director was telling them to do something, but like the writing was like meant to do something else. Yeah.
Like not saying that the director was like didn't know what she was doing. I just felt like she didn't know what she was doing.
I'm dead.
No, I think she was just. I know when you're doing like a project like that, or really any project where you're working on it over and over and over again, you kind of lose sight of that first initial opinion. Yeah. And so like that's why watching it over and over and over again, like I liked it the second time a lot better. But I don't know where I was going with this.
It's okay. But my overall like thing about this movie, like even though I bashed it a couple of times, I rate it like if I was rating it would be like a 7 out of 10.
Same. I actually really like this movie.
It's a good movie.
Think it was better than Black Widow. Controversial opinion.
Listen, Black Widow, it was not what I thought it was going to be.
Black Widow was dumb. I hated that movie. We'll talk about that.
I thought it was going to be about her life in the Red Room, but it was not about her life in the Red Room.
They touched on it like for 5 seconds.
It was during the opening credits that they touch on it.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, bruh, that's not what I want. But it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, we're talking about the Eternals now.
We're talking about the Eternals.
Black Widow.
But yeah, no, I would definitely watch the Eternals again. I would suggest that somebody watch it. I would like to watch it with other people.
My max watch limit is probably like 3 times.
Yeah, that's valid. But I feel like if it's like, if I'm just chilling like in a year or so, and I'm like, the Eternals, I'd watch like 5 or 10 minutes.
So, thanks for watching. Yeah.
Yeah, no, join us next time. We're planning on releasing a video every single week. And
that's news to me now.
Every other week. And
we'll figure it out. You'll see it eventually. I hope you enjoy. Let us know your thoughts if you have any.
Yeah.
If you have any suggestions for anything else you want to do,
like any movies you want us to watch, any shows you want us to watch, like,
we'll do it.
let us know. And did you have any like plan on what we should watch next? No.
Me saying the kissing booth, but that's a joke. No, we'll figure it out.
Okay,
figure it
so
out.
we might do the kissing booth.
Don't look up.
I
just want to freaking bash. Don't look. I mean, I don't look up. Kissing booth.
The
'cause it's
kissing
so
booth.
funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed.
Thank you.